Okay, so here to give Mary Smith her lorazepam. According to her MAR, she has to do 1 milligram IV push every 4 hours, PRN for anxiety. So we have it here, and it's gonna go ahead and get it started here. So first off, we got Mary Smith. Her date of birth is 5/18/1963. And she is due to lorazepam. This is at 2 milligrams per 3 milliliters, so the math would come out that she'd get 1.5 milliliters. So I'll go ahead and get that set up here. I'm going to clean up this top here first.
Kept falling during my confusion. I just gave up. And it's just below my nose for a little bit. A little bit.
And we are dose accurate at 1.5. You can see that full. So it's at 1.5. Alright, so going through the 5 rights, we have Mary Smith do lorazepam at 1 milligram IV push every 4 hours, PRN for anxiety. This is at 2 milligrams at 3 milliliters, so it comes out to 1.5 milliliters for lorazepam. And it is due now, and it is scheduled here. So we got lorazepam, 2 milligrams out of 3 milliliters, so it comes out to 1.5 milliliters, which is here. And that's for Mary Smith, and it can be due now because of PRN, and it's right now. And again, we have Mary Smith for lorazepam, 1 milligram IV push every 4 hours PRN, and that's going to be 1.5 milliliters because it's in a 2 milligram per 3 milliliter solution. And there we go, so that we could do that. I also see here that she has scheduled morphine, but she is allergic to morphine, so we have gone ahead and called the doctor to try and get that removed so that there's no reactions in that aspect. The other thing I looked up too is that it is able to be pushed 2 milligrams per minute at the most, so we could actually get this in under a minute for the push there. And then it's also manufacturer says that there's no compatibility issues with any other medications or fluids. So. Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm your student nurse today. I'm just here to give you your lorazepam for anxiety. Sorry, there's a garbage can in the way. So, just here to give you your lorazepam for anxiety. Can you verify your name and date of birth for me, please? And she says Mary Smith, and it's 5/18/1963, and that matches her tag. She still has her PICC line because she's getting intermittent antibiotics, so it's currently saline lac at the moment, so that's why we're still keeping her in. I'm going to go ahead and check out the PICC line site itself. I don't see any redness, there's no ecchymosis and no edema. I don't see any drainage on this one right now either. Does it hurt when I push around? She says no. So that's good. So we're looking there as a good site right now. And since we're in the room, we're going to go ahead and do her 5 rights again. So we got Mary Smith, that matches her name tag there. For lorazepam at 1 milligram, which comes out to be about 1.5 milliliters because it's in a 2 milligram per 3 milliliter solution. And it's due now because it's every 4 hours PRN. We have Mary Smith, matching the name tag, matches the MAR. It's lorazepam at 2 milligrams in a 3 milliliter solution, which works out to be 1.5 milliliters for 1 milligram. And it's due now through the IV push. We have Mary Smith, lorazepam in a 2 milligram 3 milliliter solution. Math works out to 1.5 milliliters. Due now through IV push with Mary Smith, and we can go from there. So now we'll go ahead and get the site clean.
Yeah, they have students. stuff, and that's not a matter of that,
Clam.
it's a matter of.
We'll clean it here for a good 15 seconds or so.
Will they let us have any time? Cause we also have to share the hospitals with 107, 108, 109, 112, and 115. So we're used to, like, in
Flush
Aspire,
here, to get
sometimes we'll have
Good and clean.
30 students there. And so,
Hold that one
I've
there.
been told that it will be no more than 16,
Go ahead and unclamp it.
and it could even go down to 8 a day.
Alright, so we'll just go ahead and flush that out.
Basically, they're dead.
And we've heard, the other groups, we have heard nothing from Marshfield. So now we're working on a contingency plan. That is what we're gonna do if we don't hear anything from Marshfield, we're gonna have to do all Aspire.
So then would it be virtual, you would do virtual and in?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's gonna be that anyway. It's just, it's gonna be that anyway, it's just a matter of
Clean off the end again.
how to get everybody through. And then the other thing is with COVID. You know, I haven't had.
Now we have our
this
medication,
class,
and
I
again,
don't
it could be
know why
pushed at
that
2
is.
or at most 2
But the other
milligrams
class,
in a
we
minute.
have 3 students that
So
are
since there's 1.5 milliliters in here equaling 1 milligram, we could do it in 30 seconds or more.
Really?
Yeah. So if we have a student that's sitting out
Go ahead and
with
time it out here.
COVID, and it's 14 days
Okay.
that they're quarantined, and clinical is 5 days, that means that they could essentially only be able to attend 1 day of clinical. So how am I gonna make this up for this student? That's what everybody else said. So trying to come up with how we're gonna do that
We got
is,
about 5 seconds to go.
frightening.
Yeah.
Alright, and there we go.
Do all that.
Put it on the timer.
Do you have issues with fourth semester being with the preceptors too? Did that all get,
Clean it off again.
Being with what do you mean?
like when you go with your fourth semester, when you were the preceptor? Yeah.
Yeah, they're still
And then
doing
with this
that.
last flush, we'll do it in the same amount of time that we put the medication in. And we'll do it in a pulse method.
Yeah, they're
Pulse,
still doing
pulse
that.
method to
So,
make sure it's all getting clean out of there.
I don't know.
As soon as it gets
I
here.
don't know. But you know, you don't have to worry about it. That's what, and we'll get it figured out, but that's the big,
Dilemma?
yeah.
About 5 seconds to go now. There we go. Alright, perfect. And we'll go ahead and cap that back up. Capping that clamp, there you go. Alright, and then there you go with your lorazepam. Do you have any questions, Mary Sue? She says no. And we're keeping an eye out for over the next 15 minutes to make sure there's no adverse reactions or anything. Even though she's been on before, it still can happen.
We've been approved to go to, at least go to Aspire.
And then at the end of it, I would document the drug that we gave, the time that we gave it, and how much saline we put in, which line we put it
You may
in,
have to get creative in scheduling. You may
and
have
the
to
patient's
get
reaction. I would also
creative
document
in,
the site observations, like the 3
The
to.
good thing is that
And the one thing I realized I did
think
forget
all
was to
of the
label
first
my
semester
syringe. So I would have done that when I was first mixing it up before I went into the room.
Thank you.